So what I understand to be French style or generally European style scrambled eggs is basically like a crude custard, and I can't decide if I think it looks beautiful or if it looks like dog vomit. I've never tasted them, and I've certainly never cooked them, so I'm gonna cook them for the first time and taste them for the first time with you right now. But especially for viewers outside the United States, let me show you what scrambled eggs, like normal scrambled eggs, would be to someone like me. So like 4 eggs in a bowl, and then if I can remember to do it in advance, I like to put a big pinch of salt in there in advance, along with a little bit of water or milk or something, and then stir it up nice and smooth, and then leave it for like 15 minutes. And what I think that does is that it effectively loosens the protein matrix a bit, makes it so that it can expand more from steam when I go and cook it, and fluffiness is what I'm after. The milk is also in there for extra water, for more steam. So I like to get my nonstick really, really, really hot, and butter it a bunch, and then before that butter has a chance to burn, in goes the eggs. Oh, that was a spill. And then stir immediately. One time I made scrambled eggs on the internet, and people from Europe were like, that just looks like a busted up omelet. And it's like, yeah, that's what scrambled eggs is over here. But I like to do it with a lot of heat so that I get the individual curds to kind of like expand with steam a little bit as they're cooking. And if I was making this for Lauren or for the kids, I'd cook it a little bit more until it's nice and cooked through, because that's the way that they like it. But I like it a little bit more wet, so to me that's done, and it's going to keep cooking even after it leaves the pan. So there you go. To me, that is scrambled eggs. There you go, nice big sort of fluffy curds that expanded from internal steam as they were setting really quickly. Delicious. Almost as fluffy as my mattress from Helix Sleep, sponsor of this video. I mean, these eggs might not look particularly good to you, but I guarantee you a deal from Helix Sleep is going to look real good to you. These are, of course, super premium mattresses that they are able to ship to your house in a box. They're all rolled up. They install in just seconds. It's pretty awesome. You get one that's customized for your body by taking their little quiz online. Tell them how you and your partner, if you have one, sleep, or multiple partners, I suppose. They don't shame. We eventually replaced all of the mattresses in the house with Helix mattresses because they've improved our sleep so much. It's really helped with my back issues. If a new mattress isn't in the cards for you this winter, well then consider getting a Helix mattress topper, which will just convert any old lumpy mattress into a Helix mattress. You just kind of lay it on top, and they have lots of different options to choose from. This one here has like particular zones for spinal support. It's awesome. Get super comfy and toasty in your bed this winter. The Cyber Monday sale is extended right now. You can get 20% off site-wide with my link in the description, which is helixsleep.com/Ragusia, or you can use that QR code right there. Shipping is free in the US. There's payment plans available. Do it now. Thank you, Helix. Alrighty, let's try this again the continental way, shall we say. 4 eggs, again, these are higher quality eggs this time, so the scramble's going to look a little bit nicer. There's more carotenoids in the chicken's diets, and so the eggs are more golden. No salt yet, because I'm going to adhere to certain people's orthodoxy. And instead of milk, I'm going to do cream. Some people use cream, some people use creme fraiche, some people add it at the beginning, some people add it more toward the end. I don't think any of that's going to matter all that much. Stir those up nice and smooth. I suppose one definition of custard is eggs plus cream or some other rich dairy product, so I suppose this is not like a custard. It literally is a custard. Okay, that's good enough. Now over like really gentle heat, we'll melt. Oh, that's not gentle enough. Man, that's what I get for trying to heat my pan in advance. All right, so good amount of butter because this is, French, and we just melt it nice and gently. Then in the eggs go. And then the defining aspect of this process is you stir almost continuously, like it's a risotto or something, to keep any large curds from forming. You're trying to get a nice, ooh, that's too fast already, I can tell. Take it off the heat. Somebody on the internet cut together a funny video where like Marco Pierre White and his one-time protege Gordon Ramsay seem to be at odds about the way to cook this style of scrambled eggs. Gordon Ramsay insists that you need to take the pan off the heat and on the heat and off the heat and on the heat in order to moderate it. And then Marco in his video is saying like if you do that you're an idiot. It means you don't understand heat. You just need very, very low constant heat. And it makes me laugh because it's just two different like routes to the same destination, right? Whether you do it constant low heat or moving the pan on and off, the whole point is just to not have too much heat go into the eggs all at once. You want to very gradually bring up the temperature of the whole thing and keep it mostly liquid. Back on the heat there, and normally I use a wooden spoon. I don't like these like silicone spatulas because they tend to retain the flavor of the dishwasher, but everybody uses a spatula or a whisk for these style of eggs, I think, so that you can really, really scrape down those sides, keep the stuff along the sides from curdling prematurely. Again, we're just very gently bringing up the temperature until this kind of solidifies into almost a gel-like consistency. And it takes time. I mean, I've read some recipes that say it takes 20 minutes, which strikes me as a little bit excessive, but my heat is literally all the way down right now, which on a gas stove is still pretty high. So if you were on electric or induction or something, you might need to go a little bit higher than all the way to the low, but for me, it's all the way to the low. I can see it starting to thicken up, but it's still a little runny. Got to keep going. Oop, that's getting firm very fast. I think we need to pull it off the heat, even though Marco's going to say we're stupid. And it's been about 10 minutes, and I think what you're looking for is like teeny tiny little curds that are all enrobed in a gel-like sauce. And this might still be a little runny for some people, but I want to try it the real Frenchy way, and the French like things runny. Onto the plate, there we go. Look at that ooze. Again, I think it's beautiful, but also maybe kind of not. I don't know, we'll see. Kind of gelatinous, interesting look to it. Let's go ahead and have a taste. Huh. Certainly has a big baby food vibe to it, but there is something kind of elegant about it. I don't know. I think we need to try it in its intended context, which I believe is usually on toast. Got one of these beautiful sourdough boulets from the Plaid Apron, which is a nice neighborhood place here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Hashtag not an ad, just a fan. Nice big thick slice of toast, which I think I'm just going to fry in the pan along with the tomatoes, which I gather are also traditional, and sometimes mushrooms, but I don't have any mushrooms. A little olive oil in there instead of butter, which will make a nicer color. It'll sort of burn less, and just get that going in there a little bit. Prepare my 4 eggs with cream as before. Stir, stir, stir. Gosh, those are pretty eggs. Again, not an ad, just a fan. I get my butter melting in here, nice and gentle-like. Flip this bread around, get the other side toasting. Throw in some tomatoes to roast with it. Maybe a little extra oil for those. Nice. Butter over here is melted. In goes the raw custard, I suppose you could call it. And we stir, 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 stir for a good 10 minutes as before. Now, whenever my nemesis, who doesn't know I exist, Gordon Ramsay, does this on the internet, he always insists that you must not season the eggs with salt yet. That's going to make them watery and gray. Let's go ahead and test that and see if they come out any different if I add the salt now as opposed to later. Stir, 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 stir. We don't want to see any big curds forming all at once. It's a very gradual process of converting this into a gel-like substance. It's basically a custard, except it doesn't have any like starch or a lot more fat in it that would protect it from forming curds at all. That bread, oh, I think we need a little bit more oil in there to reach up into that bread and get it fried. Beautiful. Love roasted tomatoes for breakfast. It's not a thing I knew about until I went to the UK for the first time. There we go. After about 10 minutes, I see absolutely no difference in color or texture compared to the first batch we made without the salt. So I will venture to say that this is yet another case of Gordon Ramsay just repeating something that some old French chef told him a long time ago and he never actually tested or scrutinized. Yay! And I wouldn't be mad about it if he wasn't always such a dick about it. Always telling people what losers they are because they're not doing it the right way, and there's no particular reason to do it that way. But hey, it doesn't make any difference to me what a man does for a living, you understand? Okay, just drape those eggs over there, nice and gel-like. And then because I don't have any chives, I went out and I got some yard onions, just wild onions that grow out in the lawn, especially during the spring and the fall, and around here most of the winter. And, you know, eat things from your own lawn at your own risk, but I feel good about this. Just gonna clip them on there. I think this is wild garlic technically, but it doesn't really matter. There you go. That's the thumbnail, maybe. Alrighty, I think we eat this like an open-faced sandwich, maybe. Okay. Alright, I get that a little better now. Here in their natural habitat, these eggs make a lot more sense texturally. They're effectively a spread for this crispy bread. Yeah, that's stupid. I'm just going to pick this up. Yeah, I mean, I can get behind that. Maybe.